Here's your latest African news. Africa-wide, Africa is finally free of leaded petrol after Algeria ban. The United Nations Environment Programme says leaded petrol has been completely eradicated from Africa and that the rest of the world. It described the end of its use as a huge milestone. The fuel has contaminated the atmosphere, our drinking water, and crops for nearly a century. The United Nations says its abolition will save 1.2 million premature deaths every single year, largely by reducing heart disease and cancer. It also damages the developing of brains of children. By the 1980s, most developed countries had banned the use of leaded petrol, but it was only last month that Algeria, the last country to use the fuel, ran out of supplies. South Africa. South Africa's plans to build a new nuclear power plant. South Africans have expressed shock at the government's announcement that it wants to install new nuclear capacity to solve its power problems. The Department of Mineral Resources and Energy said last week on Friday that it planned to put out the tender by March next year. This came after the National Energy Regulator approved the procurement of 2,500 megawatts of nuclear power, but renewable energy projects such as wind and solar can also be implemented relatively quickly and at increasingly competitive prices and an environmentally friendly way. Building a nuclear plant is extremely expensive, and in 2017, a South African court declared a controversial nuclear procurement, widely expected to be awarded to Russia, unlawful because there had been no public consultation. Activists maintained the deal would bankrupt South Africa. Nigeria. A plant grown in Nigeria shows potential for epilepsy treatment. Epilepsy is a brain disorder that arises from imbalances of brain chemicals called neurotransmitters. This disorder manifests recurring seizures, unconsciousness, and momentary loss of memory. These events are frequent and unpredictable. Epilepsy is a serious condition and can be difficult to find the right drug to treat. Some commonly used antiepileptic drugs may show adverse effects, are more expensive, or may be ineffective. Luckily, scientific research may have discovered a plant that grows in Nigeria, showing promise as the source of a new drug. Terra pluera, tetraptera, also known as Aden and Uyayak, is a tree found in the West African rainforest belt, a single-stemmed plant whose fruit is the most utilized plant. This fruit gives a characteristic aromatic odor, making it a sought-after spice in some Nigerian dishes. Some traditional medicinal practices, as well as research reports, are leaning towards this miracle plant as a plausible cure for epilepsy. East Africa. Partner states work to harmonize rules to reduce air travel costs in East Africa. Plans are underway to reduce air travel charges in East Africa to ease the free movement of people, goods, and services. The process includes the harmonization of air travel policies of each partner state, examination of the factors that determine air ticket costs, and development of uniform air travel regulations. East Africa community has one of the most expensive flight routes in the world per seat costs, both in Africa and internationally, going by the current high passenger airfare as well as freight charges. The expensive rates on both passenger and cargo flights contribute to the high cost of doing business in the region. The EAC Secretariat has written a regional airlines requesting them to submit the list of all air ticket charges for review and harmonization. The proposed harmonization will result in reduction of airfares within the regional routes. Exciting news. Namibia. Namibia refuses to take in Afghan refugees. Namibia has opted not to take in refugees from Afghanistan following the Taliban's quick seizure of Kabul, the country's capital city. This was yesterday revealed by Executive Director of International Relations and Cooperation, Penda Nanda. The Taliban has swept Kabul and took power on 15 August after the government collapsed and President Ashraf Ghani fled the country. The ministry stated that Namibia can't take in the refugees at the moment, but calls on the international community to extend all possible support to those Afghans who may be at risk. Kenya. Kenya praises fight against poaching after animal census shows a growth in numbers. Authorities have welcomed the progress currently made in the fight against poaching in the country of Kenya after the publication on Monday night of the first animal census conducted in the country, which should serve as a basis for improving environmental conservation. According to data, Kenya has 36,280 elephants, among other things, a population that is up to 21% from 2014 when poaching peaked. According to the Census Authority, efforts to increase penalties against crimes related to endangered species appear to be paying off. The number of lions, zebra, Herolus, hunting antelopes, and the 3 species of the giraffes found in Kenya is increasing, the report said. A total of 1,739 rhinos were also counted, including 2 northern white rhinos, 840 southern white rhinos, as well as 897 critically endangered black rhinos. Tanzania. Government allocates 43 billion for innovation hubs. The Tanzanian government has reiterated its commitment to giving more attention to technology and innovations through the higher education for economic transformation, with allocation of 43 billion for setting up new incubators and hubs, opening the training on importance of technology and innovation for community development officers from different municipalities. Minister for Education, Science and Technology stated that the funds will be channeled to 7 higher learning institutions. The government in 2019 launched the National Science, Technology and Innovation Competition, Makisatu, to identify young innovators as one of the ministry's strategies to identify and develop innovations made by Tanzanians and encourage the use of science, technology and innovation in social and economic activities that will support the development of the industrial economy. Thanks for watching. Visit our YouTube channel Tuna Cheki to watch our daily news reports and our website at tunacheki.tv for all the latest news updates. Also, don't forget to catch our new show, Start Up Africa, every Thursday on our channel. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member or becoming a patron. And remember, Africa is watching. And remember, you can also leave your suggestions of topics you'd like us to cover in the comments below.